What's going on, future millionaires? I'm Mike the Investor, and today we're going to be doing an update on the Nervos network and some new developments we should expect for 2022. And we're also going to be taking a look at the power of Nervos network's interoperability as well, right after this. Alright investors, welcome back to the channel. Now we're briefly going to dive into the CoinGecko price chart for CKB, the native currency for the entire Nervos network. Now as we look at the crypto market, we are currently up today a little bit green at 2.7%, and the crypto market is over 1.9 trillion currently. Now as we look at Nervos network here, 181 for the current rank according to CoinGecko, and we are right over, a little bit over a penny at 0.011, and Nervos is up about 0.8%. We now move down to the current market cap for the Nervos network, 343 million. And if you look just at the 24-hour, you can see we kind of got a cup and handle going on currently with the Nervos network CKB. Now, as we looked at the price chart for Nervos, I just wanted to briefly show that before we kind of dive into some of the technical things. Now, the first thing we're going to be looking at today is some of the highlights from their 2022 roadmap that's going to be telling us what's going to be coming up. Now, I'm not going to be going through all of this because it is very technical and it's a lot to read, but I do have just a few parts highlighted that I want to cover. Let's check it out. Now, Nervos released a roadmap around February 25th, 2022. Now, as we go ahead and move down, I'm not going to be going into this really, but this is talking about their new layer 1 protocol, the Fly client and the Light client, how it's going to give users a better experience without sacrificing decentralization. Now this is something major here. This is the main thing I want to cover here, but as you can see, the CKB major protocol update 2, this means that the certain cost prohibited cryptography operations such as pairing, which are the basis of many zero knowledge proof systems, will now become possible on CKB. Now, what does this mean, right? Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you, try to break this down to another level as well. So zero knowledge proof systems, right? Why is this important? Well, zero knowledge proofs has two key use cases. The first one is ZKP are the digital protocols that allow data sharing between two parties without associating any information with the transaction, like passwords. Now, by not passing the data around, it is possible to improve scalability. And then when you move to the second use case of ZKPs, are also great for security, as no information from the sender or receiver can be compromised in any way. And these things are going to be being launched on CKB, which is why this is huge. Now, as we look at just the scalability here of layer 2s, this is really what I want to highlight. So we have Axon, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but Axon is a layer 2 sidechain SDK created by the Nervos network. And so Axon is designed for high throughput applications such as gaming or social networks while maintaining its own data availability layer. That is huge, but it gets better. It goes on to say that the Axon's current design, the data availability solution, is separated from the sidechain protocol to be an independent project. So with this separation, the first stage of Axon will be much simpler sidechain with UDT, which is also known for user-defined tokens, staking on CKB. Now, just like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Axon will be 100% compatible with Ethereum, as applications being built on Axon will inherently have multi-chain capabilities. And so in a sense, Axon is almost acting kind of like a parachain for CKB, or I should say for the Nervos network for layer 2. I think this is huge because projects that are built on Axon will have that cross-chain interoperability due to Nervos network. So I think this is definitely huge. Now, the other thing I want to briefly touch on is the power of Nervos network's interoperability. Let's check it out. So what are the key features of Nervos' approach to interoperability? Now I got this highlighted to try to make things as simple as possible. Now the first bullet point is maximum flexibility. This enables it to adapt quickly to future changes in the industry, but also adapting new cryptography as the fundamentals of another chain is a massive undertaking that requires a hard fork on many other platforms. Now on Nervos, it is simple as importing a new library into a smart contract. And so as we look at the maximum scope of Nervos networks interoperability, we can see that the vision of Nervos does not require that other projects be forced to conform to a single protocol. And this is why Nervos calls themselves the universal blockchain. We can see that with the force bridge, Nervos is able to connect to any other blockchain platform and transfer assets back and forth between the two in a decentralized manner. And then with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the first EVM compatible layer 2, Nervos is able to execute unmodified smart contracts from platforms with higher performance and additional functionality not found on the original platform. And then finally we have the PWSDK, which is Nervos is able to unify multiple dApp front ends into a single seamless interface for users. And then the last thing here we're going to be talking about is the maximum ease of use. And so all users on connected blockchains can access Nervos dApps using their existing wallets, even if it wasn't designed for Nervos. Nervos is literally the universal passport to blockchain, which is huge. Just think about that for a second. And the last statement here, Nervos says Nervos will allow free flow of users, assets, and applications across blockchains. And so just think about this for a second. Let's say you're using Ethereum. Let's say you're using Solana, right? And you want to operate with a dApp on the Nervos network. Well, when you're using MetaMask or you're using certain wallets, you have to input, that network to operate. Well, with Nervos, you don't have to do that. It's automatically going to be ready to go. This is huge, right? And so the other thing I briefly want to cover, if you remember the partnership between Nervos and Meld back in the end of December, I believe is when it came out, they mentioned other blockchains that they're looking to basically create that interoperability with. Let's briefly take a look at that. So here we have it, December 14, 2021. This was Cardano lending platform Meld to use Force Bridge to add liquidity. Now we already know about that, but this is just kind of what I want to highlight here. The Force Bridge, which went live on mainnet in October to support cross-chain transactions between Nervos and Ethereum, will also offer cross-chain, which I'm sure is supposed to be a C there, simple mistake for a typo, but additional cross-chain support for Cardano, Bitcoin, Tron, EOS, and Polkadot in the near future. They're already compatible with Cardano and Ethereum, so imagine Bitcoin, Tron, EOS, or Polkadot. Imagine any one of those 4 blockchains being interoperable with Nervos happening this year. What would that do for the ecosystem? It's definitely going to add a lot more value, and it's definitely going to add more liquidity and more adoption to the overall ecosystem. Now, Nervos is definitely one of those projects I think you do need to have some patience with. However, I do think it is still a hidden gem in the space. There are still a lot of people that's not talking about it, which is actually a good thing. And so remember that these videos are strictly for entertainment and educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. I don't even look like a financial advisor, so definitely do your own research. But that is all I got for you. Hopefully you gained some value. If you did, definitely smash the like button, and I will see you on the next one.